Told that labor is the essence of life and that our current rhythm of work is natural. But for 95% of human history, the concept of a job, a specialized, recurring role for exchange, simply did not exist. Marshall Solins coined the term the original affluent society to describe hunter gatherer life. Unlike our modern view, these early humans were not trapped in a cycle of constant, grueling labor. They were direct participants in their own survival. They gathered or hunted only what was needed for immediate consumption. Life was structured around the rhythm of hunger and satisfaction, rather than the pressure of long-term accumulation or surplus. In this paradigm, humans were not employed by nature, but integrated into it, possessing vast amounts of time for social bonds and storytelling. Anthropologists suggest that hunter-gatherers spent limited time on subsistence, leaving the majority of their lives for social bonding and rest. In contrast, the modern 40-hour workweek represents a massive shift in how we allocate our biological time compared to our ancestors. Around 10,000 years before the Common Era, human life fundamentally changed. We transitioned from wandering foragers to sedentary farmers. The crop was sown, and the first fences were raised. This shift to living in one place created a surplus of food, and with that surplus came a new necessity: to manage, guard, and trade what we had gathered. This was the birth of the first job, the role of the keeper of the harvest. The invention of farming brought sedentary life. With crops came the concept of surplus, more food than we could eat immediately. But surplus creates a problem. How do you protect it? The fluid lifestyle of the forager is replaced by the duty of the guard. This was the birth of the first job. No longer were we just participating in nature. We were now managing resources and specializing in roles for the sake of the collective supply. Human brains evolved over hundreds of thousands of years for episodic memory and dynamic social networking. We were built for survival in an unpredictable, fluid environment. Today, we force those same brains into rigid, repetitive tasks, a structure our biology was never intended for. This constant friction between our ancient neural architecture and modern office environments manifests as what we now call burnout. We are taught to believe that the relentless pace of modern hustle culture is our only natural state. But we have survived as a species for over 300,000 years without the concept of a 9-to-5. Why do we treat the modern job as if it were a biological mandate rather than a recent invention? Maybe it is time to look beyond the box.